On behalf of Bahujan Samaj Party and and Bahan Kumari Mayawati ji, I would like to support this bill. And Bahan Kumari Mayawati ji, I would like to support this bill. And Bahan Kumari Mayawati ji, I would like to support this bill.
Thank you very much. Shri Ritesh Pandey ji.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker Sahab, Chairperson. I rise to support the Weapons of Mass Destruction and the Delivery System Prohibition of Unlawful Activities Amendment Bill 2022. The bill amends under Clause 2 the intersection of, there's a new section, Section 12A, which reads out that no person shall finance or provide financial services for any activity which is prohibited under this Act or under the UN Nation Security Council Act 1947 or any other relevant act for the time being in force or by an order issued under such acts in relation to weapons of mass destruction and their delivery system. Sir, I have two small apprehensions to this bill, and I'm sure that through my discussion over here, those points will be taken in. In the resolution 1540/2004, the Security Council decided that all the states shall refrain from providing any form of support to actors that attempt to develop, acquire, manufacture, possess, transport, transfer, or use nuclear, chemical, or biological weapons and their means of delivery, in particular for terrorist purposes. The resolution requires that all states to adopt and enforce appropriate laws to this effect, as well as other effective measures to prevent proliferation of these weapons and their means of delivery to actors, in particular terrorists, for terrorist purposes. Nonetheless, sir, detecting proliferation relevant illicit financing is even harder than detecting money laundering or terrorism financing. The risk posed by weapons of mass destruction stems not only from ready-made bombs, nuclear, chemical, or radiological materials, but also from dual-use goods and technology that are traded, shipped, and are sort of traded all across the world. Even the components of nuclear-powered reactors that generate electricity rely on dual-use component technology that can be used in a nuclear weapon program. Also, you can find these things in laptop, transistors, instant coffee also, sir. The same technology is used, which sort of is related to the same matter that we are discussing here. A common perception with the private financial sector is that proliferation financing controls refer to the implementation of country-specific sanctions. For example, those designated to prevent North Korea and Iran from tapping into the global financing system for proliferation activities. However, country-specific sanctions should not be seen as integral but not the only part of proliferation financial controls. Financial institutions are aware of UN Security Council resolutions, though they are not always equipped to implement country-specific ones. Moreover, sanctions implementation is the limited capacity of financial institutions to distinguish proliferation activity. Financial institutions see only a small part of data related to a given transaction, as they do not have the technical expertise to distinguish what is proliferation relevant and what is not. So that's a very difficult thing for financial institutions to figure out, and that is something that has to be taken into consideration. One of the most important areas of the government to work upon is on informing the private sector promptly to match changes in the in the UN designations of entities and individuals. For example, if the UN Security Council designates new entities of individuals for proliferation, but as a given country fails to update this list, what happens is that these financial institutions, they continue to trade with these entities because they're not made aware of these changes in time. So that is something also that needs to be considered, sir. And finally, I would like to say that there are certain practicalities, sir, and that come into these issues, and they need to be resolved. Financial institutions and softwares that screen transactions against a list of UN-designated entities and individuals In practice, such screening systems return high numbers of negative false positives. So basically what that means is that because of name similarities, when you update the list, a high number of names come back to the system as false positives, and that percentage is around 95%. So this is a huge risk, and risk managers spend a lot of time trying to figure this out, which is very, very difficult for them, for example, to take such high volume numbers name, and they have to get into a menial job of separating them, which they could use for some other thing. On behalf of Bahujan Samaj Party and and Bahan Kumari Mayawati ji, I would like to support this bill. And one more request, sir. We continuously we haven't passed a single bill unanimously. And there are many bills that we have gone out, and there have been support from the opposition as well. I think such a bill, when everybody is supporting it, chair से कम सर्वसम्मत सुनना चाहिए हम लोगों को, क्योंकि इसमें हम लोगों का भी हाथ है. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
We have honorable members from Maharashtra who are here.